under the table.
Uh-oh.
The cricket stuff with catnip, the cat toy one, started chirping at me.
It's not your house, it's their house.
It's their house.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just the housekeeping.
Mm-hmm.
Mom, scoop the litter box again.
How y'all doing out there?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. First stream of the year.
First stream. My second.
Yes.
Had Sacred Sounds of coffee this morning.
Uh-huh. So we got a couple topics to talk about. Lord.
Becca's not with us tonight. She's a little under the weather.
Get us off this ride, please.
As you get around a bunch of people over the holidays, you know how it is.
Mm-hmm. So
Are you laughing at our stupid ass president, or are you laughing at something else?
We'll get to that, I guess. I can't, y'all. I really
He's
can't.
so stupid.
I really can't. But what do you do? What do you do? Anyhow, how's it going, Jen? How you doing?
I'm about to get the giggles. I'm feeling that energy tonight.
That's giggly. What happens when we stream, though. So there's that.
When he's particularly stupid, I just start getting silly.
Mm-hmm. Anyhow, dead of winter we are. It's 41 degrees here. It's been raining for 6 days straight. No arcs or anything, so we're not flooding or anything. So it's just, rain.
We had like an inch or two of snow every day. It wasn't enough last week. It wasn't enough to get the snowblower out. It was like, an inch. I'll just shovel it off easily with my snow shovel. But I made the mistake. It snowed New Year's night. I didn't get out there on New Year's Day and shovel it off. And in front of my garage, like, it gets morning sun, but then it's in the shade the rest of the day. So it melted, refroze into black ice. I mean, I did not see it at all. We had moved my guitar lesson from New Year's Day to Friday since I was off. So I got the guitar, I've got my music and my handbag, and I'm trucking out there to the garage. I opened the garage door and I'm trucking out there, and all of a sudden I'm doing this with all this crap on my shoulders.
Oh, no.
I was like, oh my God. So I was like, I finally made it into the garage. I was like, okay, back the car out past the ice, then go back in the house, get the ice melt and put it on there so it can be melting while I'm at my lesson. So, because while I'm at my lesson, I also pick up my groceries. I'm like, okay, I'll be doing that dance again with my grocery bags if I'm not careful.
I remember my days of when I was in Oklahoma, because Oklahoma has blizzards. Like they get any kind of weird, crazy weather that you can imagine other than hurricanes, because there's no big body of water there. But I would walk to work. It was 3-point-something, so 4 miles. 4 miles one direction, mind you. Whatever was falling out the sky, you had to walk to work because you had to be there. I was one of the managers, which means I had to be there. Wasn't no, hey, I ain't coming in, because if I don't come in, the store doesn't open, right? So I would tiptoe the whole way. I'd leave like 2 hours and a half because it took an hour and 15 minutes to get there. But you tiptoe the whole way because ice. We were not built to walk on ice, especially in tennis shoes. And so
I had on rubber-soled shoes with texture to them and everything, but the only thing that works on ice are those things that you strap onto your shoes that look like spikes that grip it. That's the only thing that works on ice.
The best thing was trying to go up a little hill, because it wasn't a big hill, thank goodness, but up a little hill when it was icy.
Slide back down.
I would like penguins do. You go up it, but you go up it sideways, because if you try to just step, that's not going to work. You're going to do the splits. You kind of have to go up it sideways, and then you'll get there.
I'm really bad when I see those videos on YouTube of people sliding down their driveways on ice and stuff. I'm really bad to laugh. It's like, karma's going to get my ass. I better be careful laughing at people slipping on ice.
It's not funny, but it's like, it's funny because I get it. But at the same time, you know what? It's funny because it's funny. I don't know why that's funny, but it just kind of is. Because I watched one on YouTube. It says, when you just give up. And it's a man, he was sliding and he fell and his arms just went to the side and he just slid down the driveway.
Look, I see Lori in the chat. Hey, Lori. Yeah, Lori, I almost did fall. I mean, I was doing all kinds of gesturing and back and forth to keep from falling. I have fallen on ice coming off my deck, walking towards the garage before when I was still working in the corporate world. I took one step on the pavement off of my deck and went down on my knees and was sliding down the driveway. I was like, called my boss and said, I'm not coming in today. I just busted both kneecaps.
7 years of walking on ice. I've never failed. You want me to fall, you give me uneven sidewalk, and then I'm guaranteed.
Well, you need to walk beside me because I'll not only take myself down, I'll take you down with me. Anything near me, I'm going to grab.
I've never fallen on ice. I've done the, the Tootsie Roll, but I've never just gone all the way down. I've had the slip and slide, but I've never fallen.
The only thing that flashes through my head, because I've been waiting for Medicare, to sign up for Medicare next year. I have no insurance, and I'm like, I have no insurance. Don't break a bone.
It's going to be Bengay and Advil all around.
I can do like Trump and take too many aspirin, as he says. He's taking 300 milligrams.
I know y'all read on him. We're going to have to look at his health again.
Yes, we are. The man doesn't know how to, he thinks more is better. So when the doctor told him take a baby aspirin a day 25 years ago, now he's taking 300 and something milligrams a day.
Why don't you just take 19 of them and you have no,
be done with it all.
No thick blood at all. Just do 19 all at the same time. See what happens. Jesus Christ, I can't do it. He said take a aspirin a day. So that means take 2.
Yeah, he's taking more than that because a baby aspirin is about 80 milligrams, something like that. He's taking over 300, so he's got to overindulge in everything.
Yeah.
I can't believe he doesn't. I can't believe he doesn't have ulcers or something from the way he eats.
They said he eats a Big Mac, a quarter pounder, a fish fillet, and fries, and a Coke. Every 3 times a week, because that's what he gets from the McDonald's. I said this before. I said this to people who I sit at the dinner table with. I'm not fat because I eat a lot. I'm fat because I eat the wrong things and I don't move. Like when we go anywhere to eat, I can't eat a whole sandwich. I can't eat a whole plate of something. I don't know how you eat a quarter pounder, a Big Mac, and a fish fillet.
Now, I found like when I was in Portland with you and we were eating out, every meal, I was eating more than I usually do when I'm at home and I'm reading because I'm not active in the winter. I'm not that active. In the summer, yeah, I get out and garden some and lawn care and stuff. But in the winter, I'm not that active. So I'm not a big eater, but I was eating a lot more. But we were walking a lot. We were walking everywhere. So I didn't gain weight while I was out there, even though I was stuffing tacos in my mouth every chance I got.
We did eat some healthier things or lighter things. Not really healthy, but lighter. Okay. Oh, any announcements? I was about to say any announcements.
If you would like a personal reading with me, JenLynTarot.com. After you book a reading, my website automatically sends an email confirmation out. So check your spam folder if you don't see it in your inbox. And there's a couple of openings at the end of January, and February is open. So yeah, Lori's even saying great tacos and pizzas we had. Lori, you should have gone to Mother's with us. Oh my God.
Well, she'll have to come back the next time.
Yeah, next time we're going to start with dessert and then go the other way because that key lime pie was one of the best I've ever had there.
Bring your stretchy pants, Lori.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll just elephant in the room. Jeffrey Epstein's best friend for 15 years is trying to start a war. Mind you, a lot of people have been
More than 15 years, Johnny. He was still seeing him in 2017. So I would say
20 years,
25 years
25,
plus.
let's say 25. Because I say it that way because a lot of people are running the speculation line saying, well, they're doing all of this to distract from the files. So in order for us to not be distracted, although we are not, I'm going to say Jeffrey Epstein's friend for the past 25 years, Donald Trump. That's his new title, so that we know he's still there.
Stinky old yam tits.
So Jeffrey Epstein's best friend for 25 years, Donald Trump, is trying to start a war. So elephant in the room. What will the GOP's response be to Donald Trump's capturing of Venezuelan leader?
Illegal operative without congressional approval. There have been a few that have come out like, go. But we haven't heard from most of them. They come back on Tuesday.
Because this is on their watch.
I mean, Dick Durbin, one of my senators from here, the one that's retiring after his term, he said, Maduro was a bad guy, but that doesn't excuse not following the law, which is congressional approval if you're doing an act of war.
What will be their response?
We got to do a reading on Marco Rubio. I have seen him twice now where he looks stoned out of his...
That's the question next, so I don't have to write it down.
He looks like he's abusing some substances. You always say the magician is the ultimate liar because he manipulates. And so they're going to twist themselves in pretzels. It's all about the money. If you're hoping for a different perspective, yeah, you're not going to get it. They hope things calm down. There's going to be a lot of subterfuge, a lot of just spin it. Just, them and the devil. I think we'll see when they return some taking an action, coming together, trying to take some sort of action, but I don't think it's enough. It's like, it's not enough to get a vote on anything. And I think some of them are very afraid that Russia had something to do with this, as well as, the greedy donors and oil guys and stuff. So basically, they're going to give up on an investigation. I don't think they'll do anything. Not getting my hopes up, not holding my breath.
GOP's response: collaborate with the fool. Because he can spin this, because the person they captured was not a saint. And so you can say it was justified, just like Bush and Saddam Hussein. You can justify it, Doing nothing, judgment is basically destroyed. And it's going to get worse, more like, well, worse is, I guess, relatively speaking, but they're not going to do anything. They're just going to progress with this. My shirt, it says, I still play with dolls. resist.
And it's got a Trump voodoo doll.
Resist.
Oh my God, I love it.
I got it from Etsy. I think if you just put those words in, something will come up.
I still play with dolls. That is awesome. That's the best yet. You got room for Kit Kats in there?
I do, but they don't come out the neck very easily. The neck is kind of tight, but here, yes.
Well, we encourage you to play with dolls daily.
Still play with them. Resist. Your Rubio. Let's ask the Rubio question.
Yeah, is he using something? Because like those pictures, that they all got berated for in that was it Vanity Fair article or whatever. There's one picture where Rubio's just standing there, kind of bent over, just staring at something.
Looking at his clown shoes that he had on, they were gigantic.
It's like there was a side table or something there. He's like looking at nothing, but he's just like staring at it. It was hysterical. Like, oh, look at my hand.
Were those spots always there? They're purple. Are they talking to you too? So we're asking, is he on some things?
I would have to be if I was around Trump every day.
Something just to kill the smell, I think. Well, I don't know what to make of this. It doesn't look like it's like speed or something that you could buy, say, legally, that would replicate the effects of something to keep you awake or to keep you up. There's something here, but it's not like you're going to get him pinged on a drug test in the black market type of. There's something here that who is the White House physician this time around? Because he's getting it not from an illegal source, though. It's like in-house or somewhere close that he could get someone supporting him with this thing. But because I didn't get the demo.
In the White House.
So I'm not trying to say that he's like on all the coke and the this and the that type of thing. But whatever the reason I'm saying he has to have something, because whatever it is destroying his actual health. Because this is the card of good health. There's the conflict, and here's the thing that's destroying it. And so there's something that is affecting his health status, but it's not something that would get him arrested. It's something to replicate the effects of something that would get him arrested, but it's something to keep him awake or to keep him up type of thing.
Yeah, I get it's not something you would smoke. It's pill form.
Right.
And there's a whole bunch of them collaborating and doing this, having a good time. And then next thing you know, he's staring off into space. Definitely, it's a controlled substance that he's getting in the White House and partying in the White House. It's somehow controlled. It affects his head, his thinking, and he's indulging whatever it is. He's overdoing it. I do think he's got some kind of health problem too. Like his body's not agreeing with it, but he's taking too much of whatever this is.
Okay, so third question on the Venezuela. What's next? Are they going in to occupy, or are they about to bomb, or what's next?
Trump says U.S. is gonna run Venezuela. You taking away healthcare, food prices are going up, and I just noticed egg prices are going back up again. And you're going to spend billions of dollars on Venezuela like you did Argentina, no thank you. I'm not spending my taxpayer money on that.
Rubio apparently made a clarification and said, we are not running Venezuela.
Yeah, and
Well,
Trump
that's
said
because
he
you
is.
Detroit advert. Yeah, Trump said he is, that's who I want to listen to right now.
Watch out, little Marco Rubio. He'll send your ass down there to run it.
What's next?
What's next for Venezuela? That Maduro's put in a New York jail. I think that was intentional because you have Mondami was just sworn in New Year's Day. So they got him in a jail up there, the same jail that Luigi, what's his name's in?
Mangione. I mean, it looks like the Saddam Hussein playbook here. Take out the leader, put in your own. Now, mind you, I don't remember when it was, but we all read that's what he wanted to do. It was like, what is his game plan in Venezuela or some country? And it was like to take out the leader and put in his own. I don't remember when that reading was. That was a long time ago.
If Bolsonaro could have escaped Brazil, he probably would have plopped him over in Venezuela. Back when he was trying to escape jail to get to the U.S. Embassy.
Because he's threatening whoever's there now, saying, if you don't work with us, then you're going to regret it.
He doesn't want the woman who was elected. He doesn't want her.
She's not rolling over though.
He'll deport her ass. She's the one that won a Nobel Prize or something and gave credit to Trump for it. Yet Trump wanted to change. America's going to temper it. He's just going after whatever he can loot from there, the oil, the whatever. He's just whatever. He's going to make sure that woman is cast out, that she's not there. So I get they're still looking for a leader. He doesn't know, because he flies by the seat of his pants. He has no game plan.
No, he's just the mouthpiece.
Whoever it is going to be an image only, because Trump's going to keep creating so much chaos down there. It's going to be hard for the government to even work and function. So what's going to happen to Venezuela? Chaos.
Very much so. Moving someone in. This is the inside man with the Page of Swords. Moving someone in. This is a figurehead in image only type of deal.
Yep.
This word of warning is the sun. This is not going to be successful though. Something is going to happen to where this is eventually going to boil over into something else. There is a new leader coming eventually. Here, this is the card of time, and then that's the leadership there. Will there be retaliation?
Anyone in the world. Venezuela, weren't they a part of that Brazil, China, Russia alliance? Not NATO, but the other one.
BRICS.
BRICS. India. Not sure if they were a part of BRICS or not. But someone please kidnap our president for entertainment purposes only, YouTube. He's at Mar-a-Lago if he's not in DC.
That's kind of my next question. Because mind you, somebody put a hit out on him, right? So I'm not asking are they going to be
Alle-
successful.
Allegedly.
Just saying. Retaliation. Let's see.
And he's been taking a bunch of the Venezuelan refugees and sending them to El Salvador or wherever, Libya, and all his other little cash cow. You know, they just think that this is just a great thing for America. They being the White House regime. They just think, oh, America should be celebrating. If something happens, like if they schedule some kind of celebration or something, they better watch security around that. Something could happen if there's any kind of parade or celebration. I think there may be some members of the government that could be targeted. I'll just leave it at that.
I think the retaliation may be minor. There is an action here that is taken, but it's not like they're launching an attack against American soil or anything of that nature. But I do believe this destroys an alliance of some sort. Whoever it is here that we do have like an agreement, like trade agreements and legal things with, that goes south. So this is going to have an implication not from Venezuela necessarily, but from people we're supposed to be doing business with.
Like NATO. Let's ask it this way. Will any foreign countries put sanctions on the U.S.?
Okay.
Monetary
There's
sanctions.
one doing that, isn't it?
Huh?
I thought there was one doing that. For wanting to. Said something about it. Let's see. Sanctions. Because we're walking, I mean, you can say walking the fine line because I think we've crossed it already, but we're walking the fine line of being war criminals now. Actually, excuse me, not we, but his administration. Let's see.
You're assessing what to impact. Wouldn't surprise me if they didn't go after like the car industry or something like that. Something in transportation. They're not accepting America, what he's done here, this shady, because they're not accepting what the leader of America has done. So yeah, there's going to be some retaliation. I get money retaliation, and they're going to group together. So probably at least 3 of them are going to go after sanctions.
Yes, but nothing major. This is either going to dissipate fast or they're going to walk away altogether.
Enough to send a message like it could get worse.
So my question is, will anyone, not against the U.S., but will anyone out there try to take, and not just involving Venezuela, but over the next 4 years, let's say, because we know he's not going to stop there. Will someone out there try to take revenge, since he is the king of revenge right now, against Donald Trump? Not the U.S., but against him personally.
Personally,
Yes.
target one of his businesses or something
For him.
for him.
For real.
Who was it? Iraq so supposedly had a thing out on him.
Will someone take revenge?
I mean, the sad part is, you're signaling China, go ahead and take Taiwan, and Russia, go ahead, take Ukraine.
And you're helping them take Ukraine.
Yeah. Anyone.
Peace
Personally
deal.
go after Trump. On the golf course twice a week, guys. Russia, if you're listening.
Russia's listening and watching. Because he got a job to do.
If he is, it's manipulated. It's like Butler, PA. It's not real. It's an illusion to try to get sympathy from Americans who, trying to, it'll be a lie if he does. So, yes, but it's staged. Man's going to grow more ears back than anybody I've ever seen. Shame he can't get his little mushroom to grow. Oh,
maybe
did I
he
say
should-
that out loud? Sorry.
Maybe he should shoot it, and then
It'll grow back bigger. Bigger, stronger, faster, better.
well, it's his solution. Apparently, he's anyhow. No, I don't think. Well, there's someone always trying to be famous in that regard, but Secret Service, real Secret Service, would squelch such a thing. Okay, wait a minute. Poll time. You okay, believe, fat fingers, that Mr. Money will have an adverse effect on Donald Trump. Okay. Do you believe that Jack Smith's testimony will have an adverse effect on Donald Trump? I put it in the chat. Y'all can vote yes or no. For us here, I want to know the effects of Jack Smith's testimony on Donald Trump's future.
Meaning, like, MAGA.
All the stuff that he
starts to
said.
have a light bulb moment.
Will it matter? Because mind you, he's not saying this to a room full of Democrats. He's saying this to people who are apologists, who are ableist for Donald Trump. So do you believe, or no, not do you believe? What I want to know is, what is the effect of Jack Smith's testimony upon Donald Trump's future?
I keep hearing, like, because of the Epstein files and Jack Smith, and now what he's done with Venezuela, when people can't even afford to put food on their own table and their insurance is about to double or triple. The GOP is going to go hard and fast on trying to rig the midterm elections because they know they don't stand a chance. They know they don't have the votes. So they're going to do everything they can to try to rig the elections. Because they're not going to back down. What? What would put a stop to Trump? Can we ask it that way?
You ask it however you want to.
Or are we reading on Jack Smith?
I mean, if you want to read on something else, you can. I'm reading on Jack Smith right now.
Okay, let me do that first. I thought you were just doing poll. I didn't know it was also a question. I figured we would read on Jack tonight. He was so succinct, to the point, not messing around. Will Jack Smith's testimony have any effect?
315 votes, 67% says yes, it will have an adverse effect on Donald Trump, and 33% say no. More aspirin, please.
More aspirin. That's going to be my new YouTube name. More aspirin, please. Every day is a freaking headache.
Oh, vey. Yes, it has only been a year.
I get yes, because some are starting to see the options that could have been taken, but the sharing of the information definitely Trump's trapped in it, you know. I think the Republicans are still going to try to block and protect for Trump because of this. I mean, is that all Venezuela was deflection from Jack Smith and Epstein? Was that the main reason? Because there's more people. This is going to grow. More people are going to see him as a bully and not accept him.
You need the other side. This is the card of teamwork, cooperation type of thing. You need the other side. If they're not going to do anything, then no. Jack Smith did his job. Everything that you want to see is there. There's the action, there's the evidence, there's the work. He did his part. He said, this man is guilty of this, that, and the other thing. I got him saying that he tried to rig the 2020 election, basically. It's all there, but you need the other side. You have to get them to work with you. If Republicans are not going to do anything, then no.
Going back to Venezuela for a second, Canada's already preparing in case there's an attack from the U.S. Greenland, of course, the Netherlands has been on the offense already. Mexico, will Trump rather quickly try to go after another country? Is he that stupid? He's the king of chaos. Will he try to do the same thing somewhere else quick, take over another country?
I mean, I pulled two cards. Who's going to stop it? Other than somebody put on Twitter, you know what, cholesterol, I'm very disappointed in you. After his menu of items he likes to eat came out. This actually would be bad cholesterol if you were doing a health reading. But who's going to stop it?
That's the whole thing. If there's money to be gotten, and it's almost like it's done through a collaboration with someone like Putin or something, then yes, he will try to steal and isolate another country soon.
Mm-hmm.
Soon. Didn't have to pull a lot of cards for that.
Because it stands to reason. He's not doing the bidding, like, mind you, he's not trying to be Alexander the Great. He wants somebody to clap for him, give him awards, and tell him he's a wonderful person. Vladimir Putin wants world domination. Guess who works for him? So all you need to do is say, Donald Trump, go out and be the gross person and the distraction, and nobody's going to do anything to the U.S.
Here's another question. Did he think this would be his Obama got Osama bin Laden moment? Did he think people would be hanging on the gates of the White House cheering and applauding at midnight?
Well, they didn't kill him yet.
No, but capturing. Did he think was this would be his big shining moment? Was he surprised that it wasn't?
Yes.
Because Obama lives in his head all the time.
I'm going to say yes and no. For him, somebody can tell him, hey, you get all the glory. You are the most wonderful person on earth. This is the figurehead. But there's something devious behind it. And that person there wants something different. They're out for blood, these in particular entities. You can have all the credit, you can be God here on earth. I want what comes afterwards. And so, yes, he wants his shining moment because he wants to look like he's big, bad, and tough. And then somebody else wants the blood and the oil, basically.
Yeah, I get he's bothered by the success, the victory, that it's burdensome to him, the loser Trump, that people didn't come out just celebrating. It's very bothersome. And I think it's still working on his mind that he did not win that election. He knows he's the loser. He knows he loses at everything he touches, even though he brags about everything. You know, he got all those people January 6th to travel to DC. I think he thought this would be that kind of moment for him. And it's like, it's not. Sorry, Donnie. My eggs are costing me $4.99 a dozen. I can't afford to go to DC and say, yay.
How is all of this going to affect Marco Rubio's job or mental well-being? Because, mind you, this is what happens with all of them. Donald Trump does something, and then everybody else has to explain. You got Funtime Barbie, who goes out and she has to talk to the press. And then you have Marco Rubio, whose job as Secretary of State is to explain to us what is going on with this whole rigmarole. So how is it going to affect his job or his mental well-being, whichever one comes up in your reading first?
It's like, we all know it wasn't because of drugs coming from Venezuela. Exactly. You turned around and pardoned the guy from the Honduras that was in jail.
Mm-hmm. Not to mention there's a dope fiend sitting in the White House. So there's that.
We know exactly why he did this.
Thank you, Rosewood. So let's see. How is this going to affect?
The only person that's probably really excited was Rudy Giuliani, because Rudy was always saying we need to get Maduro out. Venezuela's a problem.
Okay. So is the U.S. right now. You know.
So is our president.
Mm-hmm.
1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, Russia, if you're listening, or anybody in the world.
Karma.
He's got his bunker all torn up right now. It was under the East Wing. Wouldn't that be funny? Nowhere to go.
Because you wanted a ballroom.
Because you want. Well, he was going to expand the bunker too, because they claim he has made statements off the record that he's going to be sworn in again in the bunker. So,
I mean,
he thinks he's going to have a third term.
He should not want that, because if you are in there, that means somebody forced you to be in there, which means you caused World War III and somebody blew up the top part of the White House. That's where my mind goes. Now, I'm pretty sure in his head, it's just a celebration.
It's a. If you remember, during one of the Black Lives Matter protests, he hid in the bunker. He
They
was
were coming to
afraid
get
they
him.
were going to come get him in the White House. So he does want bunkers.
Because he has to.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's got tunnels under Mar-a-Lago too, so he probably has bunkers there too. But yeah,
You know why we had
you have to
bunkers in
smack him
Oklahoma?
awake to take the oath again. He can't stay awake even for a press conference. Sorry, what were you saying?
Why we had bunkers in Oklahoma? Because we were hiding from tornadoes.
Tornadoes. Tornado Trump. What were we asking?
Rubio. How does this
Oh,
affect?
Rubio. Oh, dude.
I mean,
Dude, anything you say, nobody's going to accept. You can spin this any way you want to. He may have to leave his work, what he does every day. He's trapped in the middle of all of this and has shared information. He's going to get burdened. Nobody's accepting. Everybody's assessing what he did, his part in this, and they see it very differently than Rubio does. So, they've said they're going after Cuba next too, and things like that. It's like, yeah, well, Marco Rubio, you just go run Cuba down there. You want to be a dictator too?
I asked how was this going to affect his job, but my mind kept being pulled towards saying mental well-being, and I guess I figured out why. Because this is not good. So temperance is temperate. This is also healing from trauma. It's also chemical of some kind. The Four of Pentacles, sequestered and paranoid, and then there is an excess of something here, which causes or maybe cures depression. And so I think he is going to have some mental spirals of some kind, to where he is going to be burdened by the things that he has to explain or enact. So you signed up for this, pal. So there is that. Mind you, he is another one of these people who's talking about running for president in 2028. But we'll get there. Okay.
So I got to ask it this way: was Venezuela purely a distraction from the Epstein files? 5 million more pages they found. Like, they didn't know they had those 5 million. Was this a deliberate distraction, or is this just additional money that Trump's wanting? He'll wipe out all the Venezuelans and build beachfront condos or something, like he wants to do in Gaza. Was this a deliberate distraction? This Epstein investigation's a problem because it's getting stronger and stronger and the truth is coming out. I do get Trump the fool working together with people in the government to try to bring Americans around, like wrap up the Epstein files. He really thought he was going to get support for this whole thing.
I mean, that's not too much to ask for him, because he gets applauded with whatever he does. I mean, mind you, we throw eggs and rotten tomatoes, but there's somebody out there drinking the hopium. Okay, another question for y'all out there. Will Trump's health improve in 2026? There's the poll. So I want us to read on his health. 1 aspirin, He said he had, what did he say? He had a CT scan and not an MRI.
Yeah,
You
one or the other. And then also he was told to wear compression socks and he won't do it. So his kinkles are worse.
Now, mind you,
Over 300 milligrams a day of baby aspirin when he's only supposed to take one.
to be fair, he is, because they did warn him that can cause stomach bleeding, but
And strokes.
yeah. So here's the thing. He is 80. Bear that in mind. The sands of time do not go up the hourglass. He is an old man. He has a horrible diet. So things are wrong when you mix the two. So how's his health? Will it improve? Is he going to get better?
Yeah, but Dr.
Because at least he's got a right.
Yeah, but Dr. Feelgood that can keep him patched up. Because both hands are bruising now.
Uh-huh. Because I mean, if you think of it, he shouldn't be alive. Like, not at all. He's got the
He gets away with everything, including death. If we ate like him for 10 years, not even our whole lives, we would all be in caskets.
Uh-huh.
Snorted up as much as he has up his nose, and he's had surgery for a deviated septum before.
He is a deviated septum.
He's a deviant. That's what he is. He's a deviant septum.
Health. I have to channel it. I can't do health spread. So how's his health? Let me see. How's his health? Balance is off. Mobility and balance is going to be way, way, way off. This is not like vertigo, but something else to where his balance is off. So we may be seeing a fall coming up pretty soon. There is something too going against authority or going against doctor's orders because he thinks he knows better. There's going to be a problem with flow still to the brain. So this is not going to be a cure-all or a fix-all too. He has a very, very large sugar intake, which I mean, not revealing nothing there, but it's here, so I have to say it. There is going the fall business, though. He may fall more than once. This one's bad, though, because this is your accident card. So this may
please
be
on camera, please on camera.
So he may be going down steps or down a ramp or down something to where, because this balance issue is serious. This is more so you have to keep him steady, or you may see him walking slowly or with the cane. This one is hit the ground. But it's bad. Like this is where you may consider putting him in a chair of some kind. There is something that he could have, like hereditary, whatever his mother had, could be on him as well. The intake, liquid intake of something is very, very high and very, very bad. This is affecting the kidneys too, or affecting the flow of urine or something like that. So he may have a stone or something developing too, because the flow of urine is what's the problem there. That's what I get.
I need a prop.
Mind your falls, though. That's what I say.
Just to reiterate, I program my cards differently for health readings and regular readings, and this is my card for sex organs. He better be careful. His little, doesn't fall off. He's got prostate issues. He has back issues. He's at risk of falling. Like you said, his balance is off. What do I have on the bottom? Oh yeah, his health is not good. It is not good. He's also got things going on in his brain and head that are affecting his speech. So he's probably had some strokes or something already in the head. Massive drug abuse, of course. Yeah, he better be careful walking. The fool, he's taken that little leap. He might take a leap like a little too far, and Yeah, send a little black ice up to the White House.
Not the
Let
black
him
guy.
pull a Jin Lin, right? Go sliding away. He's got intestinal tract issues. We know that he's incontinent as all get out. Everybody hears him every time he does a court case. Hears him crapping his diapers. He's got blockages in his arteries. I had been getting that he might have a surgery or something, but I get he's going to change doctors. So he's not doing what the doctor said, and he may not end up doing the surgery. It's like if they try to do a surgery on him, he's not going to accept it.
It's the doctor's fault, not your body's.
Yeah, so let me just change doctors.
Mhm.
Find a doctor that tells me I'm well and wonderful and healthy. He ain't healthy, man.
So I want to change gears here.
Let this just fall off. Just fall off. That would be karmic.
Let's see. Poll says, will his health improve? 3% saying yes, 97% saying no.
Oh,
Okay.
would it improve? No, it's not improving.
So let me do.
That moon card, that's a big no on the bottom.
Let me do it this way. Will there be so all those who heard the story, it was trending on Twitter as well, that a lot of people are considering a tax strike for this 2026.
I've been saying it for 6 months, haven't I? Like, I am not paying money into this man.
And
send
guess
to
who
Venezuela
else?
and Argentina.
Said something about it. Margaret Taylor Greene said we should have one too, of all people.
Yep.
Because we're got the debt, he's starting wars, this, that, and the other thing. And
I think it was the governor of Massachusetts was looking at not paying in federal taxes in their state.
So let's see. Will there be a tax strike in 2026? I said it was trending the other day. A lot of people are thinking about it.
I'm not paying for this.
Thank you, Terry, for reposting the question.
I think first time I said I'm not paying for this was I made my first quarterly payment in June, and then when the second one was due in August or September, I didn't pay it. I was like, fuck no.
It had
Yes,
to be
there could be a penalty for it, but
and my state doesn't have a state tax, so I would only have to pay federal tax.
my state has a state tax. I'll pay my state tax. I am not paying federal.
And if
But
I
I'll try
had,
not.
I would pay
I'll
the
try
state
not
tax.
to project into the cards. Will there be a boycott of federal taxes?
I
Don't
mean,
give me health care. I'm not giving you any money.
exactly. Mhm. Did I move to Washington State? Yes, I did. Vancouver, Washington.
Technically, it's Portland area still.
It's down the street.
This is going to grow. Word of mouth, people spreading it, partnering together. Everybody's hope is stuck. You can't have hope when we're all impoverished and everything. So this is going to gain momentum, I'm getting, and even get to higher ground. Um, yeah, a lot of people hanging on to their money, like not sending it in. It's going to create a lot of chaos. I tell you, enough people do it, they can't fund anything.
That's the thing. I
No
don't,
taxation without representation. They are not representing me. I ain't paying for it.
mind you, that should be, all of our territories thing too, because mind
Yeah.
you, Puerto Rico has a representative. That representative's vote doesn't count. So therefore they have no representative. And so you're taxing them now. Yes, and this is going to grow. I think, just as Jen said, this is going to get bigger than this because it's becoming more of a problem because there is more of a call to do so and a collaboration and more communities and more people. Because mind you, this is not going to be an overwhelming thing, but again, it grows.
Because he's finding more places out of our country to send our money. Argentina, Venezuela.
And mind you, it's been 1 year. I know it feels like 50, but it's been, and mind you, it has been actually more than 1 year because we haven't been rid of him for 16 years. And so, yeah, it's been more than one.
I got to ask this. What will stop Trump? Will it be a health crisis, or will people finally just get so fed up they run him out of town? What will put a stop?
Wait. Let me do a poll for that too. We got to do some.
What will stop Trump? Is it death?
Options.
Is it death, or is it riots in the street?
What will? I should have said. What will
the
stop?
GOP waking up? I don't see that. There are a few that have turned against him.
So first option. Second option. Third option. Because I got death and removal. Removal is more so the law. Death is more death. Or should I? Well, let's just put this one in there too. He will finish his term. We gotta be fair. We gotta be fair.
He'll have a third term.
We're not putting that. So there's the poll. What will stop Trump? Death, removal, or he will finish his term.
The fact that they can support a known pedophile, because they're all pedophiles too, or getting their kink on and other stuff. But it's just, what will stop Trump? Will anything stop him? I pulled the death card. I'm going to laugh my ass off. To the swords, my death card. Transitioning.
What would it take? Ooh, that's interesting. My wind is howling outside. It never does that. Maybe that's an omen.
Oh, man. We get a lot of those howling winds here in the Chicago area.
Maybe there's a ghost outside my window, too. Yeah, that's right. So we have 78% for death, 20% says removal, and then 3% or 19% said removal. 3% says he will finish his term. I think he'll finish too, personally, but cards say differently.
I get the government's just hanging on, supporting him. So I don't think it's an action to take him out anytime soon. Like we're stuck with him for a while. I don't think it's death, but I think it's a big enough health issue that he could become too much of a burden. Like it's too obvious, his mental stuff and his physical stuff, that he can't handle it. And I do think they'll lie about it for a while. They'll cover for him. I will say this too. He's getting a lot of attention from Putin right now, and that might surprise him. So wouldn't surprise me if one of his little buddies shoved him out a window too. His karma is just a matter of time. Something will take him out because his health is bad, his alliances are bad, his ability to do anything profitably is bad. The man who has filed bankruptcy so many times has bankrupted America. He could get bullied and pushed down the flight of stairs or something. Oh, he did fall. His balance is off. Oh, look, like Ivana.
Is that Gertrude? Only if that heifer dead. Yes, sure. Fine. I don't get anything that's going to take him out because he's supposed to be here. If he dies, mind you, in the next 10 minutes, then fine. But if he doesn't, then like I said, it's part of his story. He's supposed to
Guys, in the next 10 minutes, I have to take a little quick break to go on my front porch and scream and yell and
mind the ice.
And then come back to the live stream.
Mind the ice.
Yeah. front porch, not the back porch.
Well, the Kennedy Center is a bit of a mess right now. People are counseling, pulling out left, right, and sideways. There was a guy who was supposed to host a thing, and he said, "I'm not doing it." And then there's a bunch of people that pulled out. And then, mind you, they had a show and had the lowest ratings in the history of CBS.
That I watched, there was a boycott on it.
Oh my God.
The
So
Kennedy Center honors.
will this continue? This flopping of the Kennedy Center.
I noticed right after the Kennedy Center Awards show flopped, there was a video uploaded on PBS. No, it wasn't in PBS. I forget what channel it was on, but anyway, it was a fundraiser.
No, it was PBS, wasn't it? And
Was
they were saying that this flopped because of him, basically.
Yeah, they did a fundraiser for the Kennedy Center, and it's like, not while his name's on there, not giving you money. No, you take his name off, you might get some money. And all his rhetoric when Tatiana just passed away, he didn't say, "Oh, so sorry for your loss." That's RFK Jr.'s niece.
Yeah,
No sympathy.
he didn't have sympathy for the man who was shot behind him at his little speech rally. He got up with his fist in the air. Not, "Hey, is everybody okay?" No. Will it continue to flop? Well,
Trump's going to get some of his rich cronies to donate, support, like to work together on the Kennedy Center, and GOP members to bring strength to it, so to help fund things. Will it continue to flop? Yeah, bare minimum of performances, because everybody's sees, you put your name on the building, you know. Judgment, yeah, it's attendance. People are just walking away in droves, but he's going to still fund it somehow through his cronies.
Will it continue
Next thing
to?
he'll do is he'll take Kennedy's name off it and just have it Trump.
I bet he probably would have already if somebody didn't object. I don't know why he just didn't do that in the first place. Maybe somebody objected too hardly, but yes, there's the creative people and there is the pulling back, basically. It will continue to now, mind you, okay, everybody is not liberal. There are some people who would love to go and perform arts for Donald Trump at the Donald Trump Museum of Stupidness. And so why not? Mind you, it's a memorial.
Yeah. It's a memorial to his stupidness.
as Jen Lin has said, ask the universe for exactly what you want. Because if you just go roundaboutish, it's going to give you a little bit of anything.
Yeah.
I want to be rich, but meanwhile, you get hit by a Walmart truck and you can't walk or breathe on your own.
Humble yourself in private, or God'll do it in public.
Next poll. Can Marjorie Taylor Greene make a difference from outside of Washington, D.C.? For us, here's the question. She has been on a rampage. She is also one of the people calling for a tax strike. She is also one of the people saying that Venezuela does not serve the American people. And, you know, she's going on all the shows she can and blah, 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 blah. But she's also supposed to be quitting, too. So I want to know from outside of Washington, since she's going to resign or quit or whatever you want to call it, step down, step back, not run for re-election. Can she make a difference to politics in the Donald Trump regime?
You know what's crazy is all the craziness we put up with out of this woman, you know, through Trump's first term and through Biden's term and everything, screaming and yelling at Biden during his speech and everything, the State of the Union, going after David Hogue and stuff, and she is sounding so like prim and proper right now and speaking better. Do you find that? Like, I'm like, you know what?
I will tell you the honest God's truth. I have never in my life heard her voice. I don't know what she sounds like.
Well, usually she's like, nah, 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 and you can't.
I don't listen to the news though, either. I read the news.
Yeah.
I guess I should say.
She's usually loud and obnoxious, but she's coming across as very polished all of a sudden. And I'm like, well, where has this woman been? Now, I'm not falling for it because I know everything you voted on, like this big, beautiful bill and everything else. But little fishy, itchy kitty, will she have any effect outside of DC? And Boebert's kind of getting on this bandwagon too over the Epstein files. Which is crazy because, you know, and she's all pissed off because Trump vetoed a bill that helps Colorado water, pure water.
Because they're having an issue.
Because they're having an issue with their water quality. It's really funny. It's like, okay, Boebert, your own son got a teenager pregnant, you know, so why are you standing on this ground of these poor victims?
Because, mind you, I did a reading, not that I know everything and it can't be wrong, but I did a reading of the signs Donald Trump is leaving. One of them is water issues in multiple places at the same time, and it's a supply thing. One of the other issues is he was going to seize something. I guess it was someone, actually, but he's going to be, it's a military operation to capture, is what I got. So we got 2 down. We got 8 more to go.
What else is on that list, Johnny?
Abortion rights goes back into the in the news cycle, but there's a man doing a lot more of the talking this time. There's banking issues, theft, maybe like fraud accounts or something like the Wells Fargo thing back in the day, but a lot of big, huge banking issues.
Or it could be banking issues around the Epstein files too. Like
oh, there you go. Because it's
Is there
an
question?
underhanded thing, whatever it is. It's a banking issue. There is a split in the courts over one man, and it's his crimes that he committed. And so it's either the jury is split or the judge is going in a different direction than what everybody thought. There's going to be telephone issues in rural communities. This is somewhere in a rural area. The White House has an outbreak of some kind.
Easels, please.
There's a huge women's march coming up. There's a military operation to seize something. We have an issue with crops and daylight savings times comes back in the news.
Well, trial issue that could go like pretty far up. There's two right off the bat, and I want to read on one of them. Maduro's trial. Well, if he was kidnapped illegally, like, will it even stand in court? Or are they going to freaking release Maduro, right? So I'd like to look at his trial, how it's going to go. And then you got the whole Luigi trial where they're contesting.
It's a man in a crime. It's one man, though.
Yeah, but it could be either one of those.
And it's like a split, or it's whatever it is, the man doesn't, he walks away because the world thinks it should go one way and it goes another, or the jury is split. There's some kind of indecision there. But the question is, can Marjorie Taylor Greene make a difference outside of the U.S.? We got 29% say yes, 30% say no, 42% say bye, Felicia. So
outside the U.S.
or outside D.C., not the U.S.
Outside D.C. Okay, I was like, wait, I was doing outside D.C.
I'm remedial. I can't read.
Did more harm than good. But it's kind of fun just to see her getting under Trump's skin.
I like that.
And being so vocal about the threats he's made against her. So she falls down a flight of stairs. We know what happened. You know, she's being smart about it and strategic about it, because he has had people unalived in his little pedophile past. It's image only. It's all show. Because she caused so much chaos for working for the fool Trump. She's a mouthpiece. Yeah, bye, Felicia. But swim upstream, little fishy itchy kitty. Bleach blonde, bad built, butch body. I'll miss dressing up like you for Halloween.
Not really. I mean, here's the thing. She can still go out and put a spotlight on an issue and run her big mouth and that type of thing, because mind you, even a flea has friends. And so there's somebody out there who thinks you have a purpose of some kind, even if it's just to create chemicals to kill you. So there is a purpose for everything. And here she has some kind of spotlight she could put on to get some details and worked out and that type of thing. But
somebody funded her election to get her elected all these times. Every 2 years she's had to run.
She's got a friend of some kind. But okay.
Maybe she and Boebert will patch it up and quit having cat fights.
And they can have dog fights.
They can have dog fights.
I mean, they're dogs in the face, so you might as well. So here's switching gears again. There is a story, again, kind of reminiscent of the past, that, what's his name? I always called him Mark DeSantis. What's his first name?
Ron DeSantis.
Ron DeSantis. Ron DeSantis reallocated, moved $35 million that was dedicated to needy children and needy people and sick kids and all that stuff for campaigns against marijuana and one other thing I forgot just now. he was trying to defeat two bills, and one of them, like I said, was legalization of marijuana, and the other one was, I think it was transgender something, wasn't it? Anyway, there was two bills, and he was fighting against both of them. That money was not for those campaigns because he bought ads and signs and staff and all that other kind of stuff to defeat those two bills.
Those bills.
And that money was not for that. Abortion bill, thank you. That's what it was. 6-week abortion ban. That's what it was. And
stole it.
yeah,
Medicaid
just
money.
like he did with the Hope Florida thing, him and his wife.
Well, it's like the governor before him that's sitting there as a senator right now, Rick Scott, stole from Medicare, right? These guys.
Y'all catching up with Jersey politics on that one. So the poll for you guys, will Ron DeSantis face any jail time? But for us, I want to know, will there be any legal ramifications, justifications, anything legal coming Ron DeSantis' way because of this money?
Part of the money went into his wife's charity, and
because he's still being investigated. Well, Hope Florida is. But will he face any legal consequences because of this?
little white go-go boots. He just stinks.
Corruption.
Can't they find anybody in the Republican Party that's honest and has integrity?
Maine.
I can't name one person.
John McCain died.
Yeah, and after that, it's all downhill. There's nobody.
Mind you, he wasn't like the greatest person in the world. He always wanted war with somebody. The prisoner of war always wanted to go to war, but
the one that's going out that was pushing, for the Epstein files release and everything, but I think he still signed the big beautiful bill. So like, none of them have a heart or empathy for the common man.
Just like, what is wrong with you? That mindset is weird. That's why I said right now, to be called a Republican is almost a condition at this point.
The disease.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Sue. Little Roro, join me up here.
Thank you, Sue.
Ronnie, 2 fingers pudding pops, Ronnie.
Who kids?
I almost dressed up as for Halloween one year because I wanted to have my pudding cups around.
So
yeah, like I was eating paste when I did Eric Trupp. I wanted to have chocolate all over my mouth all night.
Oh, Jesus.
That could have been quite entertaining.
He should do that. And that way he looked like he face planted in a cow field somewhere.
He will, but it'll be after he's gone. He will have legal problems. It's in the future.
Well, he's almost gone. They have a election coming up, I think, pretty soon.
It's after Trump's gone too, I'm getting. Everybody's looking through it, and there's a breakthrough in assessing like where all did he shift the money to, assessing that. And it was a lot of money that didn't go to who it was supposed to. So yeah, but it's after he's gone. It's after he's left office. I don't know what the statute of limitations is on that, but governors don't have immunity, Ron.
Thank you, Ira. 4 of swords, the 2 of cups, the 5 of cups, the 9 of swords, and the magician. He could find a way to escape. Somehow, some way. Especially if he can get a governor and an attorney general to say so. Because this is some kind of deal that he would have to make. And I couldn't imagine who else he would make a deal with to keep him out of trouble. But he could escape some way, somehow, but he would have to make that deal first. So, poll says, will he face any jail time? 55% say yes. Fingers crossed.
Did you see Michael Wolff finally got Melania served?
Oh, did he?
by going through the courts and letting them handle it. Like I forget what they call it, where the court helps you. It's like, ooh, discovery should be interesting now.
Mm-hmm. Well, speaking
Probably,
of Florida,
she'll probably reject her name through all the discovery.
what's the term?
Page that just blacked out.
What's the term on Donald Trump's check? What was she? A depreciated woman.
A depreciated woman. Who, by the way, did you see New Year's Eve? She did not wanting the models. That's what they're calling them now. The models at Mar-a-Lago taking pictures of Barron. It's like, okay, because you know those models are stank whores like you are. why
She didn't want. Oh, she's trying to protect her little baby from all the gold diggers in the room.
Yeah, she was having them thrown out of Mar-a-Lago. She did not want them taking private photos of Barron. I'm like, why?
Homegirl.
He posed with mom and dad like for pictures they were having taken. Why was she having a problem with people, holding up their phones and snapping photos?
I feel if she's still going to there, mind you, there's helicopter parents, I get it, but if she's going to be that protected, then maybe he is special needs, number one. Or maybe number two, she believes that they would try to take advantage of him, which rumor has it that those women are not of his persuasion. And so I think he'd been all right. Yeah, I think he'd been all right.
They're no threat.
Yeah. They're not little Spanish men, so I think they've been all right. But speaking of Florida, two Republicans, I don't know how many is running for governor of Florida, but there's a man by the name of James Fishback. And that's not funny, but I guess the word is
Fish what?
Fishback. And
Fishback.
There's another one, Byron Donalds, the African Americans, who is gung-ho for Donald Trump. James Fishback said that Byron Donalds, who is an African American, said that he was a slave for his donors and a slave for the extremists and a slave for this, that, and the other thing. James Fishback is not black and Byron Donalds is, and so it made the headlines that he referred to him as a slave for something. Now, mind you, upon falling down the rabbit hole, James Fishback in 2022 had allegations of having an inappropriate relationship with a minor.
Of course he did. Of course he did. Don't even have to pull cards on it. Is everyone in the Republican Party's pedophiles or deviants sexually?
Yeah.
Yes. Is everyone. Minors.
He has
Minors
denied
are a
the
problem.
allegations.
One card pull.
He
Oh
has
my God.
denied the allegations because this is from 2022. And mind you, it came up because his donors were like, dude. And the story came out, and like I said, he denies the allegations. But James Fishback in 2022 had to step away from something because he was a teacher of some kind, because this person was one of the students at whatever it was he was doing. I don't know what kind of teacher he was or what kind of thing, but it said an inappropriate relationship with the female student who was a minor. So there's James Fishback for you. So the question.
I just want to know, when all these Republicans get to the other side, how many of them are lined up outside the pearly gate that's like, you remember that kid? You remember that kid you did?
Yes.
You know, do you think we want you in here? No.
As I keep saying, it's not always them, but it's always them.
It's always them. We got our, on the dim side, we got our little gold bar man up in New Jersey.
Gold bar. We had Anthony Weiner, Anthony
Weiner likes to send his little mushroom around into his girlfriends, and we got insider trading issues. We know that. But I haven't heard of a Democrat that's been accused
It's
of
a
being
list on their side, though. We sitting here trying to come up with names. We got 3 so far. I can come up with 19 off the top of my head from there. So.
When we have someone that's gay, they run openly as gay. They
And
don't hide
trans.
it on Grindr.
Mm-hmm. Like,
You know, these people, it's just disgusting. Are we ever going to see people with clean morals again in the Republican Party?
you know, what were we talking about earlier?
They're sick people. They're sick.
Any
sick-
Republican that wasn't corrupt. And I seen the name Mitt Romney in the chat, because Mitt Romney is not the king of corruption, but mind you, he was the Bain Capital guy who would go and ruin your business by buying it and then destroying it and then selling it off for a profit.
And then go buy a bunch of expensive horses.
Yes, and then put him on his taxes. That way he didn't have to pay taxes at all.
Probably
he can
doing
land.
horses.
It's like he's not Donald Trump corrupt. He's like Republican corrupt, to where they just prey on the little person and then destroy their lives so they can be
I
enriched.
can make another Grinder account. Raven, you need to go to the cornfield.
Exactly. That's what it stands for.
That's true. It's funny because it's true. Holy shit, these people.
Constantly true. Okay. Byron Donalds and James Fishback. Just a card or two for each. Do either of them have a chance at being governor of Florida? Because that's what they're running for. This is the big time. Mind you had to be really bad. Mitt Romney didn't like Sasa Shante. What was that boy's name? George, not Lopez. The other guy who went to jail. Sanchez. There you go. When everybody don't like you, Ted Cruz.
What was his stripper name? I forget now.
Inmate 42893877128 Doesn't roll off the tongue, but you know. Fishback.
I mean, that man had more names than
Donalds.
some. Fishback.
Donalds, no. Fishback has more of a chance. Donald will get his wake-up call at some point. I'm not saying that all Republicans are racist, but
Fishback. He'll get a lot of undecided voters too.
he is running on, get this, he is running on affordability.
I'm sorry, what's he running on?
Affordability for Floridians.
Affordability.
Mm-hmm. Okay, another poll. Wait a minute. Let me type.
He's running on spawning young men. I can't believe, like, we're getting so desensitized to it that we're actually laughing about that another pedophile is running. You know, that's how
it's normal now.
It's
Well, it's actually
normalizing.
not
It's
normal,
gross.
but it's in the news all the time. Okay. CBS News has announced that they are changing their news format. They are no longer going to rely upon the information or expertise of experts and people who do analysis and people who are in the fields of the thing they're talking about. They are going to rely upon the everyday American.
Oh yeah, they're gonna have the RFK Jr. cult on there, and
that's what a lot of people
the lady that's running very, very Weiss or whatever her name is that's running 60 Minutes now.
Mhm. So, question is, will CBS News become more right-wing news? Because they are saying they are no longer going to rely upon the expertise of their experts.
So they're going to go to the insurrection shaman probably and ask his opinion, or whoever little
Mind
Moses
you-
Mike is doing on the side, or
Because he did a whole speech about it, their new anchor, and he didn't say that outright. But when you read the comments, that's where everybody went to. It's like, oh, now you're just going to ask Joe Blow in the middle of a field somewhere about tariffs when they don't understand anything about tariffs and thinks that, China's paying for that. Instead of going to the experts of a person, maybe who has dealt with the economy or at least studied it. But no. CBS News may be one last place you cannot go get news from. So let's see.
as long as their tobacco doesn't go up, there is no tariffs. Hello, that's made in the U.S.
And that's what, $18 a can now?
So how will this affect them?
Will it become more right-wing? CBS News.
Become more like no news. We were reading on the fact that in Russia they were playing Swan Lake, which is a signal of a regime change. I'm like, can we play Swan Lake here and have a regime change?
I'm going to put something in the private chat for you to read. It's not right now, but
Okay.
whatever I figure out where it is.
We're in private chat. Yeah. Assessing lies. Get your lie counter out. Like how many times they're going to lie on that channel. They're going to lose viewers, though. People aren't going to fall for what they're dishing out, and they'll feel betrayed. A lot of it's just fear, trying to provoke Americans into being anxious. But a lot of people just won't tune in. So, yes, they will become more right-wing.
They're going to go where the money is. I think the Four of Cups, the Two of Wands, or the Two of Cups, sorry, and the Nine of Pentacles, they're going to go where the money is. And so if the right wing could respond to their change, then sure. But I think right now they're testing the water. That's what I think. Okay. CBS News. All of them have to change their name. CBS.
You can read my reply live if you like.
94% say yes, they will. So we'll see. Okay. Okay. So what was your trial question?
I wanted to look at how will Maduro's trial go. Will they convict him? Or is he going to get off on technicalities because he was kidnapped illegally with no approval from Congress?
I mean, this is a phenomenon.
Or are they
How
just
does a person get away with everything?
Well, he's probably in the jail that Mr. Epps was in too. He could just
Disappear.
Could just say, you know what, take care of him. I feel an unaliving coming on in cell block D4.
What is he being? What is he in court for? Do we know?
What
Drugs.
drugs trafficking and I forgot what else. I don't know if they've done the official.
The same thing Donald Trump should be in jail for. Ain't that special? How will his trial go?
He's going to appear in federal court.
Yeah, I'm confused too, Phyllis. Like, why is he? Did he commit some sort of crime on American soil? Why are we the Hague all of a sudden?
Because he's been importing drugs here.
Here,
It's here blowing up all the boats in the Caribbean, which
oh,
did
so they're
not have
trying
drugs on. So they're trying to say, he's a drug dealer.
They're because of the boats. He's bringing stuff in. So basically, they started that little boat stunt so they can justify going to get him. Because mind you, it's already come out that's not what was on the boats.
And his wife also, Celia, faced criminal charges. U.S. attacked Caracas and took them in custody. A new indictment unsealed in federal court in New York charges Maduro with narco-terrorism conspiracy, cocaine importation. Oh, just ask Don Jr. to testify in that trial. Conspiracy and weapons charges. Maduro's son and other people are also facing charges. So how's this trial going to go?
For importing drugs and crap into the U.S., mind you.
Which we're coming from the Honduras. Hello.
There is a woman who is the head of the police chief union, something, not union, but something else. In what, San Diego in California, mind you, police union chief or some crap like that, who was moving fentanyl around the streets. You know what she got? Nothing. Time served. Slap on the wrist, don't do it again.
Don't do it again.
So you really care about these type of things. How will it go? It's not meant to be fair, mind you. Look who's in charge. So don't look for, all of that due process business. The boat thing is going to come back up again. So there's going to be a lot more talk about moving things and hiding things and smuggling things and all that kind of good stuff too. But he will be there forever if they don't choose to do something else. They're not letting him out. They've gone through too much to get him, so he's not going anywhere. So whatever they say he's guilty of, they will make sure they find a way to make that true. Which I'm not saying he was smuggling Girl Scout cookies, so I mean, whatever. But at the same time, there's a way to do things.
All I'm saying is make sure the cameras are working in that cell. Because all these charges are trumped up lies. Trumped up, get it? Trumped up, loser trumped up lies that to try to go after him. There's shifting money around and stuff, so there's probably some money laundering stuff going on too. But the chaos is going to grow in this. I do get he will be burdened, but I don't get winning or losing. I think he gets sacrificed. I think he gets taken out.
Because what do you need him for? You just need him to, be your catalyst into Venezuela, basically.
Be your little figurehead. Look how great I am. I got this drug dealer. Yeah, no,
we call the bad guy.
It's all Trump. It's all.
What was the other case?
Oh, and the other case was Michael Wolfman. Will he be able to get accurate discovery out of Melania?
Let's see.
Finances, emails.
cards are sticky. Like clumped together.
Michael Wolff. So, Michael Wolff, I hope you're paying for some security too. He's been fundraising for this trial.
Did he ever bring up the thing with her and some security guard? Is that him, the one that started that rumor?
I don't remember if he brought it up.
Thank you, Oxford.
He was bringing up how Melania was dating, Epstein before she got involved with Trump, and
Interesting.
If he doesn't get shoved down a flight of stairs, he could win this. He could win this. It may drag on through the courts because Trump's going to get involved and manipulate things. It could drag on for a while in the courts and may continue even after Trump's gone. But he better have some good security because he could get unalived. He's going to have the funds to take this all the way, and he's going to get the evidence too on this. So Melania may try to settle out of court because he's got her, which is what Trump always does. When you get him, he settles out of court. He doesn't let it go to court.
I get it may be like salacious. Well, at least that's probably the headlines I'm going to see. Because there is something around a man who is a security guard of some kind. I've only pulled the 3 cards, but I get yes, basically. He will get some information. And it may be more so on like more salacious stuff. At least that's the start, the stuff that's going to come out. Anyway. Okay. Speaking of him, though, he did make mention of the fact that Donald Trump and Donald Trump's best friend of 25 years, Jeffrey Epstein, their falling out was over real estate, is what he said.
Yeah, because they were both trying to buy the same property in Palm Beach, which Trump ended up buying and then sold it to a Russian oligarch.
This is what I want to know. Is that completely true? Or is there something else to that story? Is it just real estate?
I don't think they had a falling out because Trump was still seeing, according to some of the Epstein files, he was still meeting with Epstein, and Epstein was still coming to Mar-a-Lago as late as 2017.
That's how
when was it? 2018 or 2019 when he was unalived?
That's how I feel too, but I didn't want to project. But
yeah, I mean, he was still in touch with them and stuff. So,
and
he got Bannon to help, Epstein try to recover his reputation. Here he gets Bannon to try to help Epstein with his reputation, the fix it, at the same time that he's getting him arrested and unaliving him. Why are you trying to fix his reputation if we're going to take him out?
Let's see.
What
I'm
going to ask, was there a falling out with Epps and Trump? And if so, what was it over? Because Trump was sending girls from his spa to Epps, from the Mar-a-Lago spa. I tell you, they need to get Marla Maples while she's still got legs to walk on up there, because she's warning all the mothers, don't let your teenage girls near Trump or any of the men there at Mar-a-Lago. She knew exactly what was going on.
Exactly, Batgirl. He was wanting to give him a position in his administration. That doesn't sound like the relationship of a fallout, you know. And Epstein declined because Epstein didn't like Donald Trump necessarily, because he always called him a creepy, gross guy in his emails, apparently. But he needed him for business, and so.
Yep, they were still working together. Still working together, both with their addictions to sex and everything that we've had illumination on, the sending them here, there, and everywhere. Trafficking. The breakup is all in his head. There was no falling out. It's just something that he says because he thinks it makes him look stronger. There's no falling out. He was still completing in secret transactions with women. Eating his turkey at Mar-a-Lago in 2017.
Corrupt conversations, the devil and the Eight of Wands. There is schemes, both present and future, that they were doing together. And inside man, he was not necessarily his friend, but he needed him for business. And so I don't believe there was a falling out. And well, you could call the way it ended a falling out.
That would be the only thing that, that caused the falling out.
Somebody came to Trump
He
saying,
had a little falling out with Ivana. He had a falling out with a girl from Oklahoma, according to the Epstein files. I mean, he's had a few falling outs.
Mm-hmm. The US dollar, will it continue to take a nosedive under the Trump administration? Yay or nay?
Somebody else's currency was taking a hit too. We'll all be surviving on Johnny Bucks.
Upside down on purpose. I had two cards to fly out. Bad side. Well, not bad side, actually. It's okay. Never mind.
Who are all these people? It may get propped up a little bit. It's all the corruption. So Americans need to be very clear about what they're spending money on, because we do have a lot of impoverished people here. But I do get also the money suffers globally. Part of it is because of our Republicans and the GOPs and what they're spending money on. I think there may be some talks about, changing, like globally changing a lot of, the currency, the global currency is based on the US dollar. So there may be talk about changing that, what it's based on. Russia's like celebrating, that our dollar value is suffering. It's all Trump. He's victorious at doing this. It's all Trump. Thank you, Demi.
Thank you, Debbie Mond. This card fell out and that was enough. I pulled some more, but Justice card is a card of balance. It's also a card of order, but it's also a card of cause and effect. You do this, this happens. So
It's up to balance.
it's as long as they continue to do what they do, then it's going to continue to trend the way it's. Numbers do not lie. Real numbers do not lie. Yes, you can manipulate statistics, but this is different. We are going their direction. And if you correct the direction, then you don't have to end up in the disaster, cause and effect. Just do something better, do something different than what you're doing right now if you don't want the disaster. The tower can be changed in this instance.
A lot of our debt, which is owned by China and other countries around the world, Japan, China, a lot of it's coming due in 2026. That they either have to refinance or we're going to be in big, big trouble.
Under his administration.
And under his administration, I don't see Japan working with him.
Okay, last question. This is kind of a way to see what may be going on at the time. In 2028, let me ask y'all in the poll too. Well, so where did I
Poll.
get back here? There we go. Will start a poll. Will, oh god dang it. Type. Thank you. Will MAGA be a thing in 2028? If he dies this year, they have a chance to rebrand the party. Mind you, they are going to be Trump publicans, but they have a chance to save themselves. Mark Pence, what's his name? Mark Pence, Mike Pence. Why am I calling everybody Mark tonight? Mike Pence has been siphoning away some of the MAGA and putting them back in the GOP.
MAGA could be a thing and it's much smaller.
Yes.
But as Raymond said, make another Grindr account. How many more Grindr accounts are going to be created over the next 4 years or 3 years, 2 years? When is
and see, that's the other thing, Sneaky Turtle. There's only one smooth talker. So MAGA never liked Pence. So if their leader is gone, because mind you, the MAGA mentality has always existed since the beginning of man. They just didn't have this guy. Well, this exact guy. They always had a guy like him, but not this exact guy. Because these people were not always called MAGA. Now they are because, anyway. Will there be a thing in 2028, or will we see a completely different playing field by that time? Because if he croaks now, then we have JD Vance and whatever it is he creates out there in the world. Or if both of them are gone and some weird thing is going, thank you, Gigi, and some weird thing happens in the midterms, and we get the third in charge and all that kind of garbage. So what are we looking at in 2028? Is MAGA still a thing?
MAGA's still a thing.
It's another way of me asking, is he going to be there or not? Because maybe all the roaches go back under the carpet.
So many MAGA people are into conspiracy things. Like JFK is going to come back from the dead, and JFK
Oh my
Jr.
God, that was crazy.
They're not going to accept his death. So they may be secret and hidden and underground, but yes, it will still be a thing. They may be much smaller, but they're going to say it's a conspiracy when he goes.
Resist.
Yeah, he's still here. They're hiding him. He's
I get a new leader. He can manipulate, if you will, that section of our parties and the MAGA retreat, the emotional MAGA retreat, at least for now. Because mind you, they've always been there, just not as vocal.
Yeah.
They retreat from whoever their new leader is not MAGA. It could be Vance, because Vance is not MAGA. They don't like him either. With their new leader, they retreat.
I figure they'll get behind somebody like Mike Flynn or something, total conspiracy nut. Or
Apparently, they like Giuliani.
he won't last till 2028 either. That man, he's one drink away from a big fall down a flight of stairs.
70% say no, 30% say yes. We shall see. So thank y'all tonight for joining us. We'll be on Jen Lynn's channel next week. Take care of yourself first. Put your mask on first before you try to help anybody else out here in this world. Do the best you can. Don't commit no felonies. We need you for the vote in 2028.
If you need a little pick me up, go watch Sacred Sounds of Coffee that I did this morning with Gail on my channel. We had a great conversation that gets you going for the new year in a positive way.
Yes. And don't go to bed with politics in your system. See y'all next time.
Don't go to bed with any fishy, itchy kitties or Republicans.